Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shaki, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 10 reads of 2018. I did do one of these last year, so if you want to go and see that, it will be linked below.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
So I'm not going to have a long lengthy intro for this one because we have a lot to get through, but I am going to tell you some honourable mentions before I actually get into my top 10. To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher, A Brighter Fear by Kerry Drury, and The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Now let's get to my top 10, the thing you've all been waiting for. So at number 10 is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. This is basically following Lena, who has to go and live with her dad in Tuscany in Italy because her mother has unfortunately died of cancer. Lena finds out that while her mother was pregnant in Italy, she wrote down this diary and stuff like that, and all of the stuff that she did while she was in Italy, while she was pregnant. And there's a whole question mark next to Lena's paternity, who her father is, and Lena's basically on this journey to discover who's her father through this diary and who her mother really was. It was a perfect read in summer, and I really would recommend if you're reading it in summer. I will leave my Goodreads review of all of these books down below so you can see more of my thoughts. But at number 10 is Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I can't remember the rating of this, but it's probably around a 3 or a 4, I can't remember. At number 9 we have a fan favourite, and that is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Gender by Becky Albertalli. I mean, it was deducted a few places because of the fucking long title. God, this is not a Fall Out Boy or a Panic at the Disco song. Anyway, so Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Gender by Becky Albertalli is basically about Simon, who is gay and he's closeted, and he keeps emailing back and forth with this mysterious guy called Blue. And all he knows about Blue is the fact that he's gay, he likes Oreos, and he goes to his school as well. So he's trying to like figure out where Blue is, who Blue is, and trying to figure out if it could work in real life, not just on emails. He's also trying to not be blackmailed and trying not to be outed as gay by Martin, who is one of the students, and he's trying to just keep sane and be a teenager. And that's the reason why I love this book, is because you see teenagers in a really positive way, a really encouraging way, and a truthful way, to be exact. Actually, Becky did a great job with this and the representation, and she did a lot of research, and that's why it is at number 10. Number 9. I do remember the rating for this one, and I gave it a 4. At number 8 is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, which I also gave a 4 stars. So this book is split up into 3 perspectives. We've got the universe, which is obviously the all-knowing. We've got Daniel, who is Korean American and going through all the struggles that come with being Korean American, and then we have Natasha, who has a huge secret. She is being deported the next day. So this is based over 24 hours, I believe, where Natasha is trying to fight for her freedom and her parents' freedom and how hard they've worked over the years. But unfortunately, the family, no matter how hard they've worked, are being deported, and she meets Daniel in a meet cute moment. It's supposed to be meet cute, and he kind of wants to get to know her, but she has this huge secret and she can't afford to give it up just yet. This broke my heart. It was amazing. I really would recommend, and it is at number 8. Coming in strong at number 7 is The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw, in which I read in the Samhain round of the Witchathon hosted by Ryan over at Custom Me Reads, and I gave this a 4 stars as well. So this book is surrounding Sparrow, a small little town where 2 centuries ago 3 sisters were murdered for being witches. And in Sparrow, in modern time, in Payne's perspective, we learn that for the last 2 centuries 3 boys have been made sacrifice because the town killed 3 women as witches. Every single year the spirits of the girls rise out of the water and they take over 3 girls to murder 3 boys and return them back to the ocean to them. This was so good. Honestly, I loved it so much, and it was so quick to read. I absolutely loved it. I did not want to put it down at all. A few people said that the plot twist was really bad and really, like, you saw it coming, and I didn't at all. I read it in the middle of a sentence and I was like, are you kidding me? That's amazing. The writing was amazing. Shay Earnshaw did an amazing job, and I just would recommend this to anyone who's kind of into the spooky, the freaky, witchy, tarot cards, like spirituality. Really would recommend it to them. Number 6 we have Renegades by Marissa Meyer, and I also rate this a 4 star. It actually is the last book I rated a 4 star on this list. The other half of them are rated 5 stars, and I can't believe I said that. Renegades is basically about Nova, who from a childhood has always kind of like hated the Renegades. They weren't there when she needed them in a past experience, and she just fucking hates them, to be honest. She's an anarchist. She would grown up with anarchists. She's surrounded by them all the time. She is an anarchist. We also follow Adrian, who is a renegade himself. He fights crime in sketches, and these sketches that he draws come to life through a magical pen, and Adrian owns my ass. Just thought I'd say that. I loved this book. It was amazing. It's full of like moral compass and what it means to be nice and kind of like dependency culture a little bit. I loved this. It was amazing, really made me think, and I'm thinking of doing a whole spoiler-free review on it, so if you want that, make sure to let me know down below. At number 5 is Eliza and Her Monsters by Francesca Zapier. Loads of people say it differently. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and I read it in 24 hours in a readathon, but I loved this book so much. Oh my god. It's basically about Eliza, who is secretly Lady Constellation, and she writes this graphic novel comic thing online, and she posts it, and she has a huge fan base until a boy who loves her comics and loves Lady Constellation is sat right in front of her. She has kind of a celebrity moment undercover, and she's like, you have no idea I am me. Her secret gets out, and it's all about Eliza dealing with that and dealing with being famous. As a teenager, you have so much on your plate as well as being an internet star. I can't relate. It tackled some really harsh subject matters like anxiety and suicidal thoughts, so content warning for those two things if you're subject to them, but amazing. It was very well done. Coming in at number 4 is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is basically set in a dystopian, it's sci-fi basically. So it's set in this world where everyone is playing something called the Oasis. It's a VR universe, you go to school in it, you live in it, you breathe in it, you can play games on it, every fucking thing. We learn that the creator, Halliday, of the Oasis has passed away, but with his passing he has left Easter eggs and keys in the Oasis for the players to find. If the players do find it, they inherit the Oasis. Wade tries his best, bless him, but there are so many obstacles in the way, and we're kind of left in the balance of, does he do it? How does he do it? When will he do it? What is happening? I'm definitely rereading this next year. It's going to be a reread. I've got a pot vinyl of Artemis downstairs. I'm obsessed. This book was amazing. Definitely top 4. Top 4, my god. 5 stars. Excellent. Coming in at number 3 is Catwoman Soul Stealer by Sarah J Maas. So I gave this a 5 stars, and it's basically a retelling of Catwoman. I'm not a big DC fan, I'm more of a Marvel fan myself. My sister is a huge fan of Batman, that's why I obviously knew about this book, and she didn't like it that much, but I loved it, and I think it really shows the dynamic of this book and if you're going to like it or not. I didn't know much about it. I absolutely loved it. It was absolutely amazing. I really like the ship in this. I am a sucker for Harv Ivy, and there's a lot of it in this, so if you enjoy that, maybe you'll like this. Who even knows? But I really recommend. It's my top 3. Getting into top 2 territory, number 2 is It Only Happens in the Movies by Holly Bourne. Did you really think I was going to go this whole list about a Holly Bourne being book up in here? Please, do you even know me? If you don't, you're new, subscribe. So this book basically follows a film student called Audrey, and she's a proper like film fanatic, and she basically writes a film essay on why Hollywood movies are bogus and they portray relationships in totally the wrong way. And then she meets Harry, and everything kind of changes when she starts working at a cinema with him, and he starts making a zombie movie. But things don't go as planned, and will her romance match up to in the movies? You've got to read it to find out. I think I sold that really well. Holly, you're welcome. I love this. It's top 2. I cried like a bitch at the end of this, and I just thought that Audrey was so strong. She's so oh, I love her. Audrey's one of my favourite protagonists to read, and I have read in a very long time, which is why it's top 2 and gained 5 out of 5 stars. My favourite book of 2018 is, drumroll please, that was a very sad drumroll, Scythe by Neil Schusterman! Did you all see this coming? Probably. My favourite book of the year is the one, the only, Scythe by Neil Schusterman. I freaking love this book. Of course, I gave it 3 stars. No, I'm kidding, I gave it a 5 out of 5. So basically, Scythe is set in a world where death isn't a thing anymore. Literally, there's no disease. The world of morality is gone. They've fucking left it behind. So these people called Scythe are set to kill people to kind of keep the population in check. This follows Rowan and Citra, 2 nobodies basically, and they are both Scythe apprentices in the running to becoming a Scythe. But when things go wrong for the both of them and they set up a challenge and they both get split up, it's all or nothing basically, and this book was so tense and I loved every single minute of it. Rowan also has my ass, owns my heart. I love the characters, the world is amazing, just feels like it existed before I started thinking about it and after I started thinking about it. It was just incredible. Neil Schusterman is a god. A god. I loved this so fucking much, and I bought a Scythe for myself from the really cheap store when Halloween was on. Not for Halloween, just because I wanted a Scythe. So there are my top 10 reads and some honourable mentions, of course, of 2018. If you agree with me, let me know in the comments. If you disagree with me, also let me know, because I love differing book opinions. I love arguing, because that's apparently me. If you liked it, please give myself a thumbs up and subscribe. I make bookish content every single Tuesday on the channel. That's not my outro, but we're gonna roll with it. I am posting every single day up until Tuesday next week, apparently. I did this last year and I said to myself, I'm not gonna do it again, but here we are doing it again. So I've posted every day since Friday and I'm now doing it until Tuesday, so subscribe now is the time to subscribe. I've just got so much content to put out for you guys that I want to just get it out there, and it's the only way I can do it. So there you have it, there's my top 10 officially of 2018. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye!
You've got a face for a smile, you know. A shame you're wasted when you're breaking me slowly. But I've got a world of chances